Stop the car! Rosie, it's really you. Where have you been these 5 years? Who's he?
My son.
Which guy did you have this brat with?
Mom, I don't feel well.
Why does this kid look so familiar?
Oh no. He's having a fever. Nico, don't worry. I'll take you to the hospital right away.
Stop right there. Did I say you could go?
Nico has a fever. I must send him to the hospital now.
Get down on your knees and beg me. Otherwise, there's no way you're leaving here.
Please, Mr. Shaw.
What are you doing?
Brian, Nico has a fever. Could you please take a look?
It's really bad. He might have pneumonia.
Brian, when did you hook up with her? Is this child yours?
Stop talking nonsense. Rosie and I are just friends. Nico is my patient. The child is in really bad shape right now. We need to send him to the hospital.
The bastard can leave, but she can't.
Eve, don't push it.
Didn't you say you are just friends? Well, she's my wife. I can do whatever I want.
Please don't do this. I'm begging you.
I can do even worse. Want to see?
Let her go.
Brian, take Nico to the hospital.
I will, but what about you?
Don't worry about me. Get him there now.
Exactly. My wife and I finally reunited. You're just a friend. Don't get between us. Take the bastard away before I change my mind. Is this how you hook up with Brian? By playing pitiful? That's disgusting.
Mr. Shaw, what exactly are you trying to say? I need to go to the hospital.
Is that kid really that important to you? Whose child is he anyway?
Even if I tell you, you won't believe me. If there's nothing else, I'll go now.
Didn't you divorce me for $5 million? How did you end up sweeping the streets? Didn't your lover help you with this? I get it. You're no longer the daughter of the Lion family. I bet he dumped you.
If there's nothing more, I'm out of here.
This ring is worth $2 million. Find it. Or sleep with me for one night. Otherwise, no hospital will admit your bastard son. You know, I mean it. Find it now.
You're completely crazy.
That's enough. Don't let your blood spill on my ring.
I'll find it.
You'd rather dig through trash than sleep with me, right? I will not let you have your way.
What are you doing?
Today, I'll let you see how amazing it feels to be with me.
No, go away.
No. Do you really think you can refuse me?
No.
How many guys have slept with you before?
None. Don't. Please.
Don't do what?
Eves. We've already divorced.
As long as I haven't signed the divorce papers. You're still my wife. How dare you be with another man behind my back?
You haven't signed the papers? Why?
No. So now it's time for you to fulfill your duties as a wife.
No. Please.
You're truly enticing. I regret not sleeping with you sooner. What should you do?
Do you not care if I'm filthy now?
This is all because you act so skillfully in bed. Mike,
Mr. Shaw.
bring her some clothes.
Yes, Mr. Shaw. You have a date with Miss Lion tonight.
Okay, have the chef prepare Sherry's favorite food.
Why come after me? Am I so cheap to you? We're even now? I won't disturb your date. Give me the divorce papers.
If you're going to Brian and your bastard son, you can never get the divorce papers. About that $2 million ring, you can say we're even. But you left me and had a kid with someone else. You're humiliating me in front of the whole of Kyodan. How do you plan to make up for my emotional damage?
For the past 5 years, I've been frozen off by your family. I can't find a job anywhere, so I'm only able to do some odd jobs and live in a shipping container. How could I compensate you?
She's actually living in a shipping container? No wonder I couldn't find her anywhere. If you have no money, be my personal assistant and keep me company. Make sure I'm pleased. Then I'll give you the divorce papers. How does that sound?
What do you think I am to you? Some kind of cheap hoe?
How noble do you think you are?
Mr. Shaw. I've already handed the clothes to Mrs. Shaw.
Okay. Find out everything about her. These past 5 years.
Yes. Mr. Shaw, why don't you tell Mrs. Shaw? You've been looking for her for 5 years.
Why should I tell her? Just so she can mock me. 5 years ago, she divorced me for mere $5 million. That's already a disgrace to me. Sherry, why are you here?
Eve, last night, your mother sent me to give you some sobering tea. But you...
Sherry, I can't marry you right now. I'll find a way to make it up to you. Also, find out what happened that night when I was drunk 5 years ago.
Yes?
Stop right there. Are you in such a rush to go find Brian?
It's none of your business.
I was right, wasn't I? Believe it or not, I can make Brian struggle at the hospital.
Who the hell? Rosie? What's this bitch doing here? Eve. Eve. Was that Rosie?
Yes.
She seems to be still mad at me. She didn't even say hi just now and bumped into me on purpose.
Don't take it to heart. How about I take you out for a meal at your favorite restaurant to make it up to you?
All right, Eve, you're the best. Bitch. You came back to compete with me for Eve. Just wait and see. Family of Nico Lion, come here and pay.
All right.
Pay $5,000 first. Because of the delay, his condition is quite serious. Now the child has pneumonia and needs to stay here for a week.
Okay, I'll take care of it right away. Hello.
Where have you been? If you don't pay the rent, I'll toss your stuff out.
Sorry, my son is in hospital. Can I have a couple more days? I promise, in 2 days, I'll bring it over to you.
What kind of bad luck did I have to rent to someone as troublesome as you? By 1:00 p.m., the day after tomorrow. Don't be late.
Hello, Mr. Chase. Sorry, can I get an advance on my salary? My son is in hospital.
I was just about to inform you. You're fired. You left your post without permission. And even lost the garbage truck. You should be grateful that I'm not asking you to compensate. How can you have the nerve to ask for your paycheck?
Mr. Chase. Why did you hit me? Why did you hit me?
That's because you're a shameless woman. You're good at seducing, aren't you?
You haven't got it all wrong?
Dare to fight back, huh? All right. Come and teach her a lesson. Beat. Going around seducing people. You shameless piece of work. Beat her. Beat the hell out of her. You're so disgusting, bitch.
Being such a shameless person, she even dares to hold on to Brian.
What are you all doing?
How shameless.
Why did you hit her?
We're teaching the homewrecker a lesson. It's quite fair. So, what now? You're backing her up so much. Is it because you're hooking up with her too?
Nonsense. This is pure slander.
What proof do you have?
Do I need any proof? Do you want to see her bed photos? Shame on you.
Turns out you actually are together.
Come on, everyone. Come over and take a look. This little vixen flirts wherever she goes.
If you keep spreading rumors and hitting people, we'll call the police.
She deserves to be taught a lesson. The police won't interfere. They might even end up taking you two away.
You!
Brian really fancies this woman. It could mess up his future.
No wonder he got stripped of the director title.
I'm calling the police. We'll see if they'll do something.
Fine. This time, I'll spare you. But next time, I'll smack you every time I see you. Let's go.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
It's no big deal. They must have confused you with someone else. Next time, just call the police.
Believe it or not, I can make Brian struggle at the hospital.
Could it be Eve? Brian, I can't keep dragging you down. I'm begging you, Mr. Shaw. Please, let Brian go.
You came to me just for Brian? As long as I don't sign the divorce papers, you and Brian will never be able to be together. Mike, arrange a seat for my personal assistant.
Miss Rosie Lyon, that's your seat over there. Just let me know if you need anything.
What's going on here?
We're here today to teach you some manners.
What kind of manners?
Stop being so flirtatious. Don't try to seduce Mr. Shaw.
Let go of me.
Oh, you witch. How dare you fight back?
The phone is dead. If Nico can't reach me, he'll get scared.
Are you gonna keep it? That's disgusting. How dare you stare at me? I'm going to dig out your eyes today.
Your mouth stinks worse than a toilet. I wouldn't mind helping wash it out for you.
You two go teach her a lesson.
Let me go.
Dare to fight back, don't you?
We don't have any issues. Why are you doing this to me?
You should know better than mess with Miss Lyon. Hello, Miss Lyon. We have a new secretary today. I think her name is Rosie.
What? That bitch is actually in Eva's company now. Teach her a lesson. When I become Eve's wife, you'll get your rewards.
Sherry? What exactly did Sherry offer you to treat me like this? If you let me go, I'll give you double the reward.
Miss Lyon is the heiress of the Lyon family and the future Mrs. Shaw. You can't possibly afford to offer what she gives us.
Aren't you worried that Mr. Shaw will find out about this?
That's ridiculous. Miss Lyon is Mr. Shaw's favourite. Do you think he would blame her? But you're different. Skipping work on your first day. Do you think you can make it here, in this company?
So, what Sherry wants is for me to leave Eve. Then she should just go talk to Eve herself.
No woman is allowed to go near Mr. Shaw. Do you know why Mr. Shaw has no women around him?
It's because of you all.
Smart. If any woman dares to get close to Mr. Shaw, we'll teach her a lesson. For Miss Lyon.
You all really are Sherry's bullies.
Bitch. Did you just call us bullies?
Yes, if I survive today, I'll make you suffer 10 times over in the future.
Do you think you still have the chance? Get her.
Let go of me. Get out of here. Eve, if you love Sherry, why do you want me to stay by your side?
Dare to mess with me.
You really think you're something, huh? Get up. Ellen. She's not dead, right?
What's the big deal? Anyway, Miss Lyon will look out for us. Let's go. Shut the door.
Where's Rosie?
I can't get through to her. And she's not at her spot.
What's going on? Did she run away again? Let's go check at the hospital. Tell me where you've stashed Rosie.
Did she run away? Good.
Don't push me.
I haven't seen her, let alone stashed her.
You better not be lying. Hey, little brat. Where's your mom?
You're a bad guy.
Stop trying to scare the kid. Rosie really cares about Nico. She wouldn't abandon him. Have you checked everywhere you could think of?
Mike.
Yes, Mr. Shaw.
Check all the company's surveillance footage. Find out where she's been messing around.
Yes.
Brian. Rosie is with me now. You should stay away from her.
I'm waiting for the day when she leaves you.
Mr. Shaw. Mrs. Shaw hasn't come out of the restroom since she went in this morning.
Rosie.
I'm still alive. You must be quite disappointed.
Just hang in there. I'll get you to the hospital right away.
If I didn't make it, I'm counting on you to take care of Nico.
If so, I'll send that bastard to an orphanage. She must live.
Remember, this is the second time you've sent her here. If it happens again, just you wait.
Who did this?
Mr. Shaw, it's your 3 secretaries.
Dare to mess with my woman. They're asking for trouble. Get them tied up.
Yes.
How's she doing?
She has a concussion, a fracture, and internal bleeding. She's also covered in bruises. She needs to be hospitalized.
At least she's alive.
Eve, if you can't keep her safe, then let her go.
This is none of your business.
Sherry, you're just like before. No woman is allowed to get near Eve.
Who told you to hit Rosie? You think keeping quiet would help? Mike, do something.
It's Helen. She said, Rosie is just your plaything. Nobody cares about her.
You two went pretty hard on her too.
We were just following your orders.
Which hand did you use for it? Good. Mike, take them outside. Break their fingers, one by one, and beat the hell out of them.
Yes.
Huh, bear me.
Mr. Shaw, I'll confess. It's Miss Lyon. She ordered us to get rid of all the women hanging around you.
Sherry?
Yes. Whenever there's a woman near you, she would tell us to. Bring her to the restroom and give her a beating.
That's not possible.
We're telling the truth. Before, those women just ran off after getting threatened. But Rosie is tough. So we didn't hold back and hit her a bit too hard.
Mr. Shaw, please spare us. Mr. Shaw, please spare us.
Mr. Shaw, please spare us. Mr. Shaw, please spare us.
We know we've made a mistake. Mr. Shaw.
I'm the only one who can lay a finger on Rosie. Who do you think you are? Let them feel the same pain Rosie went through, and then fire them all. Sherry, I believe you're not that kind of person.
Mr. Shaw, it's all settled.
Rosie should be awake now. Let's go.
You're awake. You just had surgery. Try not to move.
Where's Nico?
My mom took him back home.
Please send my thanks to Mrs. Moore.
She really likes you. Rosie, I wish I could take care of you for a lifetime.
Could you help me move up? I'm feeling a bit thirsty.
Rosie.
Eve, what's gotten into you?
You've just finished surgery, and you're mingling with men already?
Stop fighting.
Mind your language.
Rosie.
I don't need your help.
Think about his future before you speak to me. You do care about him, huh? She needs to rest. You can leave now.
You!
Brian, your hands are bleeding. Go put some medicine on it.
If you need anything, just let me know. I'm always here for you.
Mike.
I can't let him ruin Brian's future. If I need anything, Eves will take care of it for me. Don't worry about it. If I need anything, Eves will take care of it for me. Don't worry about it.
I'll stop by a bit later.
Stop bothering me. You're just a pawn in my game.
What are you saying?
From beginning to end, Eve is the only one I love. I'm only using you.
I don't buy it? You're not that kind of person.
Do you buy it now?
There are sleep-inducing contents in the medicine. Be careful when you take it. As for Nico, my mom will take care of him.
I'm sorry. Brian, I don't deserve your sincere love.
Rosie, I just want you to be happy.
Love me only? You're truly good at lying.
I did lie just now. I loved you once, but now, I only love Nico's dad.
Good. In the past I married you because my mom forced me to. Don't try to sully me with your worthless love.
If so, why don't you let us go?
When I grow tired, I'll let you fuck off.
Shame on you.
Oh, by the way, I haven't seen that brat in ages.
Targeting a child. You are shameless.
It's not for you to judge.
No.
Mike, go get...
Don't hurt Nico. I'll do anything you ask.
You really can go all out for your bastard son. I'll help you with this. There's a party coming up in a few days. If you help me close this big deal, I might consider letting him go.
You want me to drink?
As my personal assistant, socializing is also part of your job.
Okay, I'll go. I just hope you'll keep your word.
Mr. Shaw, will you take Mrs. Shaw to meet Mr. James?
Since when did you get to interfere with my business? Go away.
Sorry.
Help me prepare a great present for Mr. James.
What? You found out about them three?
They really had it rough. Not only were they beaten up, they also got kicked out of the company.
You're willing to soil your hands just to get revenge for that bitch. Eve, I'll see if you can protect her this time. Yelena, do you want to get out of your misery?
Go get changed. Come with me to the party.
Are you really that eager to humiliate me?
You've agreed to come. Are you backing out? Fine, Mike. About Brian. You.
Rosie, why didn't you tell me? You're in hospital. I could have come to take care of you.
No need.
Sherry, she's coming with me to a party now. If you need anything, let's talk about it later.
Is it with Mr. James?
How do you know?
Oh, it's Yelena, Mr. James's mistress. She told me about it. Eve, let me help Rosie. Dress up nicely. She can't go there, wearing this.
I don't need your help.
You don't want the big deal now? Help her get ready and tell her about Mr. James. I don't want her to embarrass me.
Rosie, let's get going.
Why are you dressed so revealingly? You're not a street girl.
Eve, Yelena mentioned that. This is exactly what Mr. James likes. Besides, if Mr. James is happy, that'll make the contract easier to sign, right?
I'll go get changed.
Mr. Shaw, it's time to go.
There's no time to change now. Besides, it's just a dinner. It's no big deal.
Let's get going.
Bitch, tonight you'll have a hard time.
Mr. James, it's been a long time.
Mr. Shaw, I know you're always on the go. It's really hard to get to meet you. Tonight, let's get blind drunk.
Absolutely.
Mr. Shaw, you lucky devil. Just look at this chick. Her skin looks so tender.
Thanks, Mr. James. She's a secretary. I brought her to see the world a bit.
The secretary? Come on. Sit next to me.
I'm fine sitting here, Mr. James.
Women's fragrance. It smells wonderful.
Tonight's deal is really important. If you mess up, you know the consequences. Sorry, Mr. James. My secretary isn't quite getting it. We'll punish ourselves with 3 drinks.
Hey, Mr. Shaw, you really understand me. This chick you picked is pretty good. I'm very pleased. As for this land deal, I'm allocating a piece for you. Yelena, take great care of Mr. Shaw. Me and this little beauty will get to know more about each other. Ha-ha.
Mr. James, you've got some luck tonight. Tonight, I'll make sure Mr. Shaw is well served.
Mr. James, regarding this contract,
Mr. Shaw, discussing business over drinks is such a mood killer. But I don't mind if this little beauty is willing to discuss it with me.
That's all up to her. Aren't you going to beg me?
Mr. James, how do you want to discuss it?
Go straight to the point, huh? Today, the more effort you make, the larger piece of land I'll offer to Mr. Shaw.
Mr. James is like a kingpin in Kyodan. As long as we secure the land he owns, Eves can be the chairman of the board.
To Mr. James. To you again, Mr. James.
Ha ha ha! I just love the way you never admit defeat. Ha ha! Come. Sit on my lap.
I'm doing fine sitting here, Mr. James.
This thigh feel so smooth. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Don't allow anyone in to interrupt Mr. James.
Yeah.
Mr. James, I really can't drink anymore. I'm heading out now. What are you doing? Let go of me.
Right here. Nobody says no to me.
Sorry, Mr. James. I'm just here to drink.
You think that would close the deal? Mr. Shaw brought you here, so I could have some fun with you.
Prepare a great present for Mr. James.
No, he won't. Please, let me go.
It's not up to you.
Ah! Mr. James, I'm on my period.
Fuck, why didn't you tell me earlier? What bad timing.
Mr. James, since I'm not feeling well, could you please let me go?
Besides sex, there's so much more fun we can have. Gorgeous.
Don't.
I'll make sure you have a time that's out of this world.
No, please. Ah.
Haha.
Stop it. Please.
Shout louder. The louder you shout, the more it excites me.
Ah.
Ha ha ha. No rush, sweetheart. I've got plenty of tricks up my sleeve.
Please. No.
Let's do it. One by one. Ha-ha.
Have you secured the land on Mr. James's hand?
I think there won't be any problem.
I need a definite answer. This isn't just about your status. It's also about the interests of our company.
I know what I'm doing.
You and Sherry, when are you two getting married?
No rush on that. If there's nothing more, I'll hang up now.
I'll be back shortly. Don't mess it up.
Ah.
Ha-ha.
How long do you think this woman can hold on this time?
Hope she won't lose her mind. The woman last time ended up ruined.
Really? Hey, Mr. James is in there. Please move aside.
Step aside him. If something happens to her, I'll end you. Someone, break this door down for me.
Ha-ha. Beauty. We just finished with the first trick. Why do you stop shouting already? Are you okay?
Can you sign the contract now?
Haha. Okay. Tonight. You made my night. I'll sign it. Ha ha ha. Now, are you ready for the second trick? Ha 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 ha.
You brute.
Damn, don't you want the land anymore? Given that you brought this chick over to please me, apologize right now, and I'll let it slide.
She's not some gift. Call for an ambulance. Hurry.
Even if she's not some gift, she's nothing but a secretary. No need to make a fuss. At most, I'll pay a bit more.
She's my girl. Just you wait.
The contract?
Are you still worried about the contract?
He signed the contract. Are you satisfied now? Can we get a divorce now?
Eve, you animal. You actually let your wife do that?
I just wanted to teach her a lesson.
It's only been a few days since Rosie went back to you, and she's almost lost her life.
How is she now?
Do you still care about her at all? Her hands are dislocated. Her vocal cords are torn. There are hundreds of bruises and cuts all over her body.
I'll make sure the people who hurt her will pay for it.
Eve, don't you realize that you've fallen for her?
How could I ever fall for a flirtatious woman like that?
If you can't keep her safe, I will.
Mind your own business. She's mine. I'll take care of her.
Haha, Mr. Shaw, last night, I was really out of it. I'm truly sorry, but there's really no need for us to make such a fuss over a woman. Don't you think so?
Mr. Shaw, it was my fault that I didn't recognize you and got in your way. Please, Mr. Shaw, forgive me.
Forgive me too. I'm so sorry that I raised my hand against you. It was my mistake.
Mr. Shaw, here's the contract. This time, the land is all yours.
I showed you some respect. You actually think you're somebody. Bossing people around in your turf. Happy for that. Who's the real daddy here until then?
Mr. Shaw, I've offered my apologies and made amends. What else do you want?
For this matter, this is far from enough.
Yes, absolutely. You're completely right. But I've already given you enough respect. Can you forgive us and let bygones be bygones? How does that sound?
You may let it go. But I can't.
Eves! Don't test me. Listen up. From today on, you and I will be enemies.
What a shame. You've lost your chance to fight me. Get him out of here. Let him experience his own tricks. Make sure to make it slow.
Yes.
And give these two a lesson too.
Spare me, please, Mr. Shaw. Spare me, please, Mr. Shaw. We were wrong. Mercy. Spare us. Bees, mercy.
扣了 drop a dirt on the company. I want to take him down completely.
Yes.
I was too conceited. I thought I could protect you, Wei. But in the end, you... 5 years ago, you left the divorce papers and walked out of my life. I spent 5 years looking for you. I've been resenting you all this time. But...
Mr. Shaw, the board members need you back to explain everything to them.
Let's go.
Yes.
Didn't Dr. Moore resign and head to England? Why is he back now?
Let me tell you why, but don't tell anyone else, okay?
Relax. Just spill it.
I heard Dr. Moore was planning to elope with that woman. But she ended up out drinking with some guys and got beaten black and blue. Now she can't leave.
No way. That's crazy.
When that woman wakes up, make sure she gets back to work immediately.
Yes.
Keep your mouth zipped.
Yes, we will.
I didn't think you'd survive this. Seems like I have to do more.
Mom, where does it hurt? The pain has just vanished.
Nico, you're such a good kid.
How's it going? Do you feel any discomfort?
I'm feeling much better. Sorry to trouble you again.
Yesterday, Eve actually did something decent for once. He taught that Mr. James quite a lesson.
Ha ha ha.
If it weren't for him, how could I end up like this? It's pointless to do that now.
No matter what you're planning, I'll stand by you.
But I don't want to get you involved.
For you, I can do anything.
Me too.
I want to take Nico and leave here.
I'll help you.
That's really touching. If I didn't come back to get my phone, I would have really missed the good show of you guys.
It's not like what you think.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let you down. My woman can only stay by my side.
How dare you call her your woman? Where were you when she was being bullied? Were you holding your bitch in arms and having fun?
That's completely nonsense.
Don't pick on my mom.
Little brat, you...
Don't cry, Nico.
Nico, my fault. We were being too loud. I apologize. Let me get you some snacks, okay?
But I still have to protect my mom.
I promise I will never pick on your mom.
Nor will I.
Come on!
Mr. Shaw, you've got the land. Are you happy now?
I never intended to trade you for the land. I just wanted to give you a scare and make you yield.
If you're happy, please give me the divorce papers.
All you want is to leave me and run away with Brian, right?
Stop bringing Brian into this. I just don't want to live in such misery. And I don't want my son to be humiliated.
What's wrong with that little bastard?
Stop calling him bastard. Have you ever thought about how much it would hurt him? I don't want to be with you, not even for a second.
I can stop calling him a bastard. But you have to stay by my side.
What for? Do you want me to be a VIP at the hospital?
Do you think I've fallen for you just because I've been soft with you? How could I fall for a woman as unfaithful as you?
Since you think I'm unfaithful, then divorce me. Let's part ways peacefully from now on.
Part ways? Don't ever think about it.
Mr. Shaw, the board is calling again.
Get back to work as soon as you can walk.
Sherry, you dated with Eve?
Eves has Rosie by his side now. He doesn't have time for me.
That's ridiculous. Didn't they get divorced? How could Rosie be so shameless?
Mom, don't be upset. She must have some reasons.
If she were half as sweet as you are, I wouldn't have kicked her out.
Maybe it's because nobody wants her that she's back with Eves. Why don't we give her some help?
She's a shameless woman. She is infamous, I guess. We can't help her.
It may be tough to find one close by. We can try someplace remote. There has to be someone who wants her.
One of my cousin's distant relatives is pretty good. Next Tuesday, ask Rosie to come home.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mom. You're great.
Where is everyone?
They've all got taken care of.
How come? Didn't he hate me?
Mr. Shaw flared up that day.
Oh, Rosie. As a secretary, you're doing quite a decent job.
Why are you here?
What do you think? My dear sister, sure I come by to see you. To see if you are still breathing?
I wouldn't cease breathing. Before you do.
Rosie, I suggest you talk to me nicely. If you upset me, Eve definitely wouldn't let you go easily.
I don't care. None of my business. Just say what you have to say.
Mom said she missed you and wanted you to come home for dinner tomorrow afternoon.
She still remember me?
Even if it's a dog, you'd have some feelings. If you raised it for 20 years.
All right, I got it.
Idiot. Rosie. You know, being a secretary is serving people. But make sure you don't end up on Eva's bed.
Nonsense. If that's all you have to say, I'm going to get some water for Eve.
Wait. Eve has a weak stomach. He should drink warm water. Let me check the temperature for him. This is too cold. Are you trying to give Eves a stomachache? It's scorching. Are you trying to burn him? Rosie, why'd you splash me with hot water? It hurts.
What's going on?
Eves, your stomach is sensitive. So I want her to give you warm water, but she wouldn't listen. She even threw hot water on me.
Apologize now.
I didn't do it. It's her.
Just say sorry.
You're always like this, muddle-headed.
I saw you do it with my own eyes. How can I be wrong?
I'll apologize when I truly splash water on her.
This isn't the place where you make a scene. Apologize immediately.
I've had enough. I'm done playing games with you.
Really? If you still want to see your bastard son again, say you're sorry right away.
Miss Lion, I'm sorry about what happened earlier. It's all my fault.
She's just a secretary. Don't take it to heart. Come with me.
Hello? What? Nico disappeared? Okay, I'll go look for him right now.
Eve.
Sherry, go get changed.
Okay.
Mr. Shaw, I've brought back Mrs. Shaw's son.
Okay.
Great, Rosie. You already have a child. Why come back to Eve? Eves, it really hurts here. Help me check. If there are blisters here.
If you're injured, I'll take you to see the doctor.
Eve, you're always the best.
The 3 women who hit Rosie have told me everything.
So you know all about it?
I've been so good to you. You truly surprised me. I thought the girl who jumped into the river to rescue me is a kind-hearted person.
It's not like that. It's just because I love you so much. I can't bear other women trying to get close to you.
I could ignore everything you did to other women around me, but you cannot lay a finger on Rosie.
Why only Rosie? Why? If it hadn't been for her, we would have been married 8 years ago.
I did fall for you once, but then I realized It was just gratitude because you once saved my life. I'm really sorry.
What about Rosie? Do you have feelings for her?
For her, I only feel hatred.
Nico.
You've not pulled through yet. Don't push yourself too hard. I'll find Nico.
He's just a kid. Where could he possibly have gone? Did he run off because he's mad at me for not staying with him? Could he be taken away by some bad people?
Rosie, stop overthinking.
Nico.
Rosie, remember to come back home. Tomorrow.
What's Sherry up to this time?
I got it.
Mom!
Nico, where are you?
I'm at the bad guy's place.
What? Is Eve still not gonna let Nico go? Wait there. I'll go get you right away.
Let me give you a ride.
You should get back to your work. I've been holding you up for too long.
If you can't hang in there, I can take you away.
I've been hiding for 5 years, yet they still found me. Where can you possibly take us? Nico?
Mom?
Nico, you're not hurt, are you?
Do you think I am a demon? Who would torment kids?
No, Mom. I miss you so much.
I miss you too. I'm so happy to see you safe and sound. Nico, it's all my fault. I've been so focused on work that I neglected you.
Have you done talking? If you have, go on and start cooking. I'm starving. You're a little man. Don't be so clingy.
When I grow up, I'm going to marry Mom. Sure, I can be clingy to her.
You little rascal.
If this ever happens again, could you give me a heads up? Thanks for bringing Nico over.
No way. Are you moved already? I just don't want to give you any excuses to go to Brian's place.
No, I won't. Can I take tomorrow off? My adoptive mother wants to meet me.
Women can be such a trouble. Just one afternoon.
It's so good to see you again.
Mom, is this our home?
This is where I work. From now on, you need to behave, okay? When I'm working, you have to play on your own.
Okay, just like when we were in the shipping container, I'll take care of myself.
What kind of life were they actually living?
I'll go cook for you now. Mom, you have guests. I'd better go.
Hey, Rosie. How can you leave? Today is all about you.
Exactly. I haven't seen you for ages. I really miss you. She is a bit shy. Let me have a quick word with her.
Caleb, that's your wife.
My wife? She's beautiful.
What's wrong with you? Have you lost your sense of shame after leaving us? You and Eve are divorced. Why are you still with him? What if someone sees you?
Is this all you want to say?
Are you feeling wronged now? Every time I see you, I can't help but think of the hardships Sherry's been through all these years.
Are you blaming it on me?
I'm not blaming you, but you're not the blood of the Shaw family. You've held on to them for so many years. You should step aside long ago.
It's been 5 years, but she still hasn't got Eve to love her. She can only blame herself, not me.
How dare you?
Rosie, Mom asked you here today? Because she wants to help you. You better not mess her up.
Exactly. Even though you're not my biological child, I've raised you all these years. I can't bear to see you suffer.
Mom has gone through quite the ordeal, just to help you find a good husband. You see? Just the one sitting over there.
Is this what you call a good husband?
They don't mind that you've been through a divorce or lost a child. They even have a farm. If you marry him, you'll definitely become a rich lady.
If he's so good, why not let Sherry marry him?
Sherry is meant to marry Eves. How can she marry him?
I was foolish enough to think you genuinely wanted to help me.
Mom, you've really tried hard for Rosie's happiness. She should pay you back later.
I wouldn't count on that. I just hope she could be thankful and stay out of my sight.
Caleb.
Sherry. My wife. My... wife. So smooth. My wife. I want to go to sleep. Sleep.
Do you know how?
Dad has taught me to find a hole and then go in.
We should go. Let's give them some privacy.
Sleep.
What's going on? Caleb?
That really hurts.
Who are you?
Brian, why are you here?
Sherry, you're getting more and more revolting. I really regret having once helped you.
Brian.
Can you walk? Let's go.
Mom, this is my daughter-in-law. You can't take her away.
I never agreed to marry your son.
Just look at yourself, a skinny bastard. How dare you mess with me? You dare to look down on my son?
Take your retard son home. Don't let him cause trouble.
She's broke, shameless, and even divorced, being such a mess. She should be thankful that we want her. No matter what, my son is still a rich dandy.
Brian, let's go. Mom, I can let it go this time. But this will be the last time I call you Mom.
Oh, brat.
You can't leave.
If you don't want your son jailed, get out of my way now. Let's go.
Cousin, didn't you promise us?
Darn it. Who would have known?
My wife.
Who would have known that she is so headstrong, that she would give up such a good marriage?
You owe me a daughter-in-law, since Rosie won't marry my son. Then we want Sherry.
Brian, why are you here?
When I heard you talking to Sherry on the phone yesterday, I just know. She wanted to harm you.
Do you know each other?
I'd rather. I'd never met her. I used to think she was an innocent girl. But... who is this? She looks like a scared little bunny.
Sherry, you're here.
You are the one who jumped into the river to save Eve. Hello, I'm Brian.
Hi.
But...
Brian, where are you? The calming medicine you developed was found at Wendy's crime scene. The police want to talk to you.
Wendy? How could that happen? I'm at a friend's place. I'll head back soon.
Brian? My mom took your medicine, and she's getting much better sleep. I'm not afraid of her hitting me anymore.
You used my medicine to knock someone out.
What are you talking about?
It's true. Do you really like Eve that much? For him, you're willing to hurt other girls?
Eve likes me. So I help him get rid of those annoying flies around him. What's wrong with that?
Wendy only wrote Eve a love letter. What's wrong with that?
Brian, as long as you don't tell Eve, I'll sleep with you. I know you have a crush on me.
You make me sick.
No. Brian.
Did you tell Eve?
Yes.
But he didn't believe you, right? He always trusts Sherry blindly, whether it's in the past or now.
I had a fight with him afterwards. we'd never talked until the day you had surgery 5 years ago.
Good thing you didn't believe her. Thank you for saving me today. I should go now.
Eve doesn't know what love is, and he also doesn't know how to love. Come with me.
I know this better than anyone else. But when it comes to love, it's really hard to explain.
Mr. Shaw, are we still going to pick her up?
I'm here to visit Mrs. Lyon, not to pick her up.
Got it.
Since she seems to have so much energy, let her go back by herself. Let's go home. Who have you fooled around with?
No one. I'm really tired today. I'm going to rest now.
Stop right there.
What do you want?
You can be caring and sweet when with Brian, but when with me, you become so impatient. Why? Am I interrupting you savoring your old love affairs?
I've told you, there's nothing improper between Brian and me. Why don't you understand?
Who gave you the courage to speak to me this way? Is it Brian?
Even if you don't trust me, you should at least trust your former best friend.
He even told you about this and you still claim there's nothing between you two?
I'm really tired today. Please just let me be.
Have you forgotten my warning?
What are you up to now?
Is it President James? Brian from your medical association?
Besides threatening me with Brian, what else can you do?
I'm capable of a lot more. For example, your son's life.
You brute. I swear I'll never see Brian again. I'm begging you. Can you spare him? Besides, from now on, I'll stick by your side, not going anywhere. Can you let Nico go?
You'd better keep your word.
I'm so tired. Truly tired.
Bring that little bastard to me.
Mom, why are you crying?
No, I'm not crying. It's just that some sand got in my eyes.
Where's this sand? Mom, you look so pretty when you smile.
Nico, you are a little angel God sent to me. As long as you're here, no matter how hard or tiring it gets, I will never flinch.
Is there anyone bothering you?
No.
Mom, you don't need to worry. I'll eat 2 bowls of rice tomorrow. I'll grow up faster and protect you.
Okay, I'll wait for that day.
It did work to bring that little brat over, to keep her company.
Mr. Shaw?
I asked you to investigate. What happened 5 years ago? Have you got any results?
Yes, Mr. Shaw. Here's the report. Mrs. Shaw has had a tough time over these 5 years.
Didn't my mom give her $5 million? Why was she worse off than a beggar?
Based on the records, Mrs. Shaw was completely penniless. She lived either in a basement or in a shipping container.
She can play the piano and she can paint too. Even working as a tutor, She shouldn't be suffering this much.
But someone ordered that anyone who took her in would be frozen off.
Who did that?
You.
That's ridiculous. When did I ever give an order like that?
You said if anyone tried to help her, they were going against you. And
what?
Because you forcibly took Mrs. Shaw away. The garbage truck went missing. Her only source of income was gone.
What? Why didn't you report this sooner? Get someone to shut down that shop. No one can bully Rosie except me.
Besides, 5 years.
Mom, don't you still have a week before you finish your journey? Why did you return early?
If I didn't come back now, you would have ruined everything we've built. Tell me, what's really going on?
Nothing happened. I've been hating that James for a long time. Now that we've secured the land, I just gave him a lesson.
But I heard it was all about a woman. Who is she anyway?
Mom, don't worry about it. I'll handle it properly. I won't give the board Any excuse to criticize us.
Son, all these years, we two have worked hard and been through many hardships to protect our family legacy. You're quite aware of this.
Mom, I understand. I've got everything under control. I'm feeling exhausted. I'm going to take a break now.
You! Sherry. What? It is all because of that bitch Rosie? And she even brought back a little bastard? This is just outrageous, Rosie. It really is you. What are you doing here?
It's the weekend. I need to clean up this place.
Didn't I give you $5 million so you would stop pestering Eve?
I'm not pestering him.
You've already made it to our home. Stop denying it.
It's your son. He refuses to sign the divorce papers. He even threatens me with my son's life and the future of my friend.
You brought back a bastard? Are you trying to cling to us? Tell me, how much do you really want?
I don't want your money. I just want to leave with my son, Nico.
Mom? Mom, is she bullying you?
No, she's not. Don't be afraid.
Mom, is she a witch? She looks so scary.
Don't be scared, Nico. I'm here with you.
Mom, not what you think. Let's talk outside.
No, let's clear things up right here.
Mom, stop making a scene. If this gets out, it won't do your reputation any good.
Are you trying to defend her?
Mom, are you okay?
My chest hurts. Tell them to leave now. I don't want to see them.
Mom, is that wicked witch just pretending?
That's not polite. You should call her grandma.
Mom, why are they calling me a little bastard or a little rascal?
It's all my fault. You have to remember that you will always be my most precious baby. I will never let them bully you again.
Just look at them.
Mom, how are you feeling?
I'm not dead yet. Son, tell me, what exactly are you thinking? I let you marry Rosie before, but you were not willing. Now you're divorced, and yet you can't let her go.
I just don't want to be forced into a marriage.
Have you fallen for her? I won't allow it. You need to cut ties with her completely, and then pick a good day to marry Sherry.
Mom, there's no way I can marry Sherry.
Didn't you used to really like her?
I only feel gratitude towards her. Besides,
Eve. Have you forgotten about that night 5 years ago?
you.
What happened that night? You tell me.
That night 5 years ago, Eves and I, we...
Mr. Shaw, you ruined Sherry's chastity.
Eves!
Is it true?
Sherry, why are you being so silly? You should have told us earlier. Then you wouldn't have suffered for so many years.
Is it true or not?
That night I was drunk. When I woke up, she was right there beside me.
Mr. Shaw, you took my daughter's virginity. Are you still trying to deny it? My family is not to be easily bullied.
I promised to make it up to her.
In this board election, I think my husband will need a nice position.
Oh, Mrs. Lyon. It's just young people being naive. Let's sit down and pick a date.
That's enough. I've told you. I will not marry Sherry.
Eves, do you hate me that much? Fine, I might as well punish myself.
Oh, Sherry, you mustn't do anything reckless. Don't try to break my heart.
Oh, Sherry, don't be upset. It's all our fault. We will definitely give you a proper explanation.
I won't marry her. I am busy and I gotta go.
Eves!
I can explain.
Explain what? Explain how you two hooked up together 5 years ago?
Rosie, I was really drunk that night. When I woke up, she was right next to me. I have no idea what happened. You have to trust me.
Was it that night? So, Sherry went to lie next to Eve before he woke up. Only a jerk would blame everything on alcohol.
Eve, Rosie, What are you doing?
None of your business. Shut up.
Eva, if you're too tied up this month, we can put off the wedding. Until next month.
What did you just say?
Mrs. Shaw has already set our wedding date. It's the end of this month. Rosie, be sure to come.
Looks like someone already made that decision for you. You don't need us anymore. I'll be waiting for our divorce papers.
I've got something to take care of, but don't even think about running away. No matter where you go, I'll still find you.
Hey, Eves. Rosie, just look at you. You look so frail. Do you enjoy playing with Mr. James?
So you were involved?
Elena used to be my colleague at the same nightclub. Just wanted to help her escape the miserable life by directing Mr. James's attention to someone else.
So you pushed me into this mess?
Don't call it a mess. I just wanted one more person to love you so that Eves would loathe you.
8 years ago, you said you'd marry him. Did he agree?
He was forced to marry you.
5 years ago, while I was out shopping, you took off your clothes and lay down next to him. Did he ever touch you?
He was just too drunk.
Now 5 years have passed. Did he marry you yet?
You? So what? He'll marry me in the end anyway.
Do you know? He is the one who refuses to sign the divorce papers. He also told me that he loves me.
No way. There's no way he still loves you.
He might not love me now, but if I'm willing to, stick by his side. Do you think he might remember what happened 5 years ago?
Pitch, are you threatening me?
I'm not threatening you. I'm trying to collaborate with you. As long as you can help me get those divorce papers, I will disappear and never show up here again.
Are you serious?
As long as I'm willing, I can always be his wife. What do you think?
Don't you love him anymore?
No. I was too blind before, but now I've known better.
All right. I can help you get the divorce papers. But once you get them, you need to leave immediately.
Okay. If you can help me get them, I'd be overjoyed.
Hope you keep your word.
Oh. Aha. Hey, son, come over here. I've selected a few wonderful dates. The nearest one is the end of this month. Come take a look.
Mom, you really shouldn't be doing this. I'm not going to marry her.
Aren't you quite fond of Sherry? You used to be so protective of her.
That was just my way of showing appreciation. If I ever wanted to marry her, I would have done it a long time ago.
Where is your sense of responsibility? You took her virginity. You must marry her.
Then what about Rosie? She's my legal wife.
She is just a wicked woman. What's so unforgettable about her?
Mom, no matter what, she's my wife. I hope you can respect her, or you may be looked down upon.
You.
You're doing it again.
My medicine.
Mom. Mom, how are you feeling?
As long as you don't upset me, I should be able to make it until your baby is born. Promise me, you'll marry Sherry.
Mom, stop it. I'll take you to the hospital.
Let me get changed first.
Eve. Where's Mrs. Dawson?
Why are you still here?
Oh, Mrs. Dawson asked me to spend some time with you.
Let's have a talk.
About what?
Compensation. I can help you open your own jewelry company.
Really?
If you have to promise me one thing.
What is it?
Don't marry me.
What?
My mom's always hoped for us to get married, but she's not in great shape and can't be upset.
Eve, why don't you want to marry me? What did I do wrong? I care about you a lot.
If you disagreed, just forget what I said.
Will you marry me if there is no Rosie?
No.
Eve, do you remember what you promised me before? No matter what I wanted, you'd make sure I got it.
I can give you anything, except marriage.
Then I want the divorce agreement between you and Rosie. As long as Rosie's not around, I'll surely win your heart.
Why?
Over these past 5 years, everyone assumed we were together. Now it turns out that you haven't divorced, which means I've been a mistress. I don't want to be a mistress. How can I marry into a decent family being a mistress?
Change another one. Only Rosie can be Mrs. Shaw.
You ungrateful child?
Mom. Mom, why are you just standing there? Call an ambulance. Mom.
Hello? Is this the emergency line? Someone has fainted.
How's my mom doing?
Mrs. Dawson was irritated and had a heart attack.
What's the treatment plan?
A heart bypass might work.
Arrange the best doctors for her. Do the surgery ASAP.
Her health condition can't handle a surgery now. She should rest quietly for now.
Is there anything else we should watch out for?
Make sure to keep her calm and try to make her happy.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Mom, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. I just feel a bit useless. No one seems to listen to me anymore.
Mom.
Mrs. Dawson, you're still young. People might start to think that you're my sister if we go out together.
How sweet. If I had someone like you as a daughter-in-law, I'd be satisfied.
Mrs. Dawson.
Mr. Shaw? Mrs. Shaw ran away with her son.
What? Let's go.
Son, what is so important that you leave a patient just escaping danger?
It's nothing.
If there's nothing else, just stay here with me. I might not have many years to live.
Go and bring them back. If she gets away again, I'll have you fired.
Yes.
Mom, where are we going?
I'm taking you to a really lovely place.
Will Uncle Moore and his grandparents go with us too?
Nico, Uncle Moore gets his own job to do, so don't disturb him when he is working. If you miss them, you can give them a call.
Then can I go to the kindergarten?
Of course. Mom will take you there by bus. Make sure to hold Mom's hand so you don't get lost.
Wait!
Nico clings tightly to Mom.
Mrs. Shaw, please come with us.
I don't want to. I beg you, please just pretend you didn't see us. And let us go.
Don't make this difficult for us. Forgive me.
Stay away, bad guy. Don't hurt my mom.
Nico.
I told you not to leave. Are you turning a deaf ear to me? Wait.
What on earth are you doing? This is all your fault. Why did you send people to come after us? Why?
How is he doing?
How's Nico doing?
Don't worry. Nico's wound has been taken care of. But there's a problem with his blood clotting, so he needs a blood transfusion.
Take my blood.
Do you have Rh negative blood?
No.
I do. Use mine. We'll sort out our issues later on.
Go with the nurse to draw the blood.
All right.
Don't worry. Once Nico has the blood transfusion, he can be discharged.
Nico is quite lucky. There is Rh negative blood. What a coincidence.
Can it be that Mr. Shaw is his father?
Shh. Don't talk nonsense. How could Mr. Shaw let his child end up homeless?
Eve.
Why are you here?
Mrs. Dawson asked me to. Take her back home.
Mike, tell Mom that I'm busy and you'll take her home first.
Yes.
Eve, aren't you coming back with us? Mrs. Dawson just kept fussing, asking you to stay with her.
Don't be scared, Nico. Mom's right here.
How come they look so similar? How old is this kid?
You mean Nico?
Yes.
5?
5. 5. Rosie, you bitch dare secretly give birth to the child. It looks like I can't let you off.
Sherry, have you found Eve?
Oh yeah. Wait. No? I haven't.
Have you found him or not?
Mrs. Dawson, please don't ask anymore.
Did Eve bully you?
No, he didn't. I just saw him visiting my sister's child.
That brat. He ignores his own mother and rushes over to that bastard. Does he even see me as his mother?
Mrs. Dawson, please don't be upset. Maybe Eves just feels sorry for that mother and her child and wants to help them as much as he can.
She's just acting to look pitiful, to gain your sympathy. Don't worry, I won't let her go.
Come on, Mrs. Dawson, I'll take you home.
Rosie, do you have anything to tell me?
I mustn't let him find out that Nico is his child. I was wrong for secretly taking Nico away.
That's not what I'm saying. Who did you have this child with?
I've been with quite a few men. I can't remember it clearly.
How old is Nico?
4 years old.
Did I misunderstand it? You've been with so many men. Are you so proud of that? That you speak it out so loudly? Now it's time to settle the score for running away.
Haven't I already apologized for that?
Are you planning to run away again?
Can't you be a bit more reasonable? You're about to marry Sherry. Why are you still keeping us here?
Are you jealous?
What will it take for you to let us go?
You still want to leave?
Bad guy, you're being mean to my mom.
I'm just trying to reason with her.
Nico, do you have a headache or feel uncomfortable?
No, Mom, have we reached the beautiful place?
No, not yet. We aren't going for the time being.
So where are we going?
Come back with me, of course. Don't you like it?
They all call me a bastard. I hate that!
Mr. Shaw, just let us go. I don't want my kid to be wronged anymore.
Staying with me makes you feel you're wronged, right?
Yes. I haven't done anything wrong, but everyone thinks I'm a sinner as long as I stay by your side. Sherry will endlessly mistreat me. As long as I stay by your side, I have to face never-ending insults.
Stay calm.
You don't trust me, then why do you keep me around? Just to make me suffer?
You're out of your mind.
You won't give me the divorce papers. Fine, let's just drop it. I'm taking Nico with me, no matter what.
You're being emotional, so I can forgive the nonsense you're spewing.
You think this is all nonsense? Fine, I don't care what you think.
You can try it if you like. Without my permission, you won't even be able to leave the hospital. This boy has a rare blood type. If anything happens to him, it won't be good.
You truly are a demon.
I told you to never leave my side. Mike,
Mr. Shaw?
Keep an eye on her. If she dares to leave again, beat the hell out of her.
Yes.
Why are you here again?
Mom, I brought them back.
Bitch! Are you the one stirring it?
I want to stay far away from you all. He's the one sticking around, us, constantly. I'd be more than happy if you tell your son to let us go.
You got a sharp tongue. You're clinging to my son and bringing a bastard to my home.
I'm not a bastard!
Don't be afraid, Nico. You'll always be Mom's treasure.
Why am I feeling a bit sorry?
Get out. Don't touch him. I won't let anyone call my son that again. I'm telling you, what do you think your son is? Is he God? I don't love him at all. He is the one clinging to me.
Rosie.
Eves, look at her. What a woman have you brought home? I'm telling you, kick them out now.
Mom, I'm telling you too. Don't bother them again in the future. This is their home.
You? Sure. You're so kind. Come here. Son, are you really planning to accept this woman and the bastard?
Mom, when I think of Rosie and how she stands up for her son, I just remembered you used to be so protective of me too.
Oh dear. But he's not your son after all. Besides, in the future, you will marry someone else. Promise me, you'll give her some money and let them go. That way it would fulfill Mother's wish.
Mom, Dad only married you. I'll do the same.
You're a lot like your father. It's quite late now. You could take them in temporarily. I'm only doing this for the poor child's sake.
Mom, can you promise me one thing? In the future, don't call that child a bastard anymore.
All right. Hey, why does the kid look a bit familiar?
Maybe. He's your grandson.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I promise, no one will call him that again. I'll also inform the servants too. Your name is Nico, right?
Right, it means remembrance.
Who's your dad?
My dad's dead.
The kid's worn out. We'll head back and take a break.
Mike, what have you found about that day when I was drunk 5 years back?
Mr. Shaw? A maid mentioned Mrs. Shaw went out at 6 o'clock that morning, but when Miss Lyon came, is still unclear.
When will the DNA test result be ready? Make it quicker.
In about an hour?
With the text result, we'll uncover the truth.
If Miss Lyon is lying, how will you handle it?
Then all the gratitude between us will be wiped clean.
Mr. Shaw, last time, I didn't finish my words. In these past 5 years, Mrs. Shaw wasn't around any other men, and she only met Brian at the hospital.
What are you saying?
You've wronged Mrs. Shaw. She didn't cheat on you?
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
The chairman returned before I finished last time.
What are you doing here?
Sorry, I found myself here without even realizing it. We are leaving immediately.
It was you 5 years ago, right? And Nico, he's my son.
No, he is not.
It doesn't matter if you don't admit it. The test result will come out soon. Your clueless look is so adorable.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm just being happy.
Didn't you say touching me made you sick?
That's because I didn't know it was you that night, and I also didn't know about Nico's existence.
So now you know.
I want to hear from you.
You were drunk that day. I was bringing you some hangover tea. Then you pulled me onto the bed. The next morning, I went shopping. Maybe that's when she slipped into your bed.
You've suffered too much over the years.
Don't act like this. I'm not used to it.
I'll make it up to you.
Just don't try to take Nico away.
And you still want to leave?
I never wanted to stay.
Rosie, the things from before were my fault. I misunderstood you.
That's in the past now. In the future, I just want to be with Nico and live a simple life.
What about me?
For the sake of our son Nico, just let us go.
All things considered, you still want to leave. Let me tell you something. You're a part of the Shaw family, alive or dead.
Do we have to make each other suffer?
Being with me is suffering, and being with Brian is true happiness.
Don't drag Brian into this again.
Once it's confirmed that Nico is my son, and you dare to leave again, I'll make sure you never see him again.
You're always like this, getting mad at the drop of a hat. Every time you get angry, you threaten me with people I care about.
From now on, you're the one doing all the cleaning. No dust is allowed on the floor. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to see the child.
He is my child. What gives you the right to stop me?
Because he's a Shaw.
He's a Shaw, but has he gotten anything from your family? Even just the tiniest bit?
I'm sorry for the pain you've been through. It's because I had no idea about Nico.
Didn't I ever mention that? I pleaded with you so hard not to force me to do the surgery. And what did you do in response?
I'm truly sorry.
Do you think a sorry can erase all the pain we've been through for years?
I'm sorry.
Back then, I tumbled down the stairs, and it affected the baby. I really needed complete rest, but your mother brought Sherry over to force me to sign the divorce agreement.
I honestly had no idea about that. Did my mom give you $5 million?
$5 million. Your mother handed it over and then Sherry came and snatched it away.
That wicked bitch. If she hadn't been the one to save my life once, I'd wish to severely punish her.
Now you're willing to punish her. Haven't you always thought she could do no wrong?
Thank you for keeping Nico safe. You've taken great care of Nico.
I managed to keep him till week 33, but he still came prematurely. I spent every penny in my account, but you told everyone not to give me any job offers.
They misunderstood me. I just told them not to let you stay. I wanted to push you to come back by yourself.
But the truth is, we can only live in a shipping container. I had to take on various odd jobs while taking care of Nico. Even with all that, we still often struggle to pay the rent and end up getting kicked out.
How dare they do that?
You even caused your wife to lose the baby. They're not charities.
What happened next?
There was once when Nico was sick. I ran into Brian at the hospital. He gave us some cash and occasionally did massages for Nico to improve his fitness.
Brian really is kind-hearted.
Brian and his family have provided a lot of help to us. If you still have any conscience, stop targeting them. Nico has grown up healthily, thanks to their support.
If I stop targeting him, will you forgive me?
Let's talk about it later. It's quite late now. I need to rest.
Let him sleep here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you those awful names. Will you forgive me?
Mom!
Sweetie?
He insists on seeing Mom right after waking up.
Did you sleep well last night?
I couldn't fall asleep without Mom.
Nico is a brave boy. Don't be afraid.
Mom, is he my father?
Yes, he is.
See? I wasn't lying to you, was I? In the future, call me Dad.
Nico, why don't you call him Dad?
Because he's not a good dad. He always makes you cry.
Nico is a polite child, right?
Right.
Then call him Dad.
Dad.
Come on. Oh dear.
I have a dad now. I've got a dad.
What did you call me?
Kids really need a dad.
Say, Daddy.
Bitch. You lied that you'd leave. But what's the situation now? So shameless. Hello. About that thing last time, what's your decision? I won't give you a hard time about it. Right now, I only need a fake report.
Sherry, why are you so silly? If something happened to you, what on earth would I do? No. I can't let Sherry be taken advantage of like that. Eves, you pushed Sherry to the edge. You must give me an explanation today. Hey! How dare you hang up? Mrs. Dawson, Sherry was in the hospital now. If today you don't give me a satisfying solution, I'm going to make this known publicly.
Mom, why did you save me?
Did you hear that? I want all of you to come here and give me a solution. Sherry, I've asked them to come over. I swear to get you justice. You have some rest now.
What's happening with Sherry?
Where's Eves? You even have the nerve to ask that? Didn't we agree last time that Eve would marry Sherry by the end of the month? Why has there been no progress?
It's entirely our fault. What's crucial now is Sherry's health. What did the doctor say?
They managed to pull her back, but they mentioned that something was weighing on her mind. It can't be cured by medicine.
It's all because of my ungrateful brat. I've already phoned him. He is rushing over right now.
Mom.
Look at the mess you've made.
What's wrong?
How can you even ask? Sherry is lying here. Can't you see that?
I don't care. What does that have to do with me?
How can you be so heartless? You ruined Sherry's chastity, which drove her this far.
Is that so? She was so peaceful 5 years ago. Why cause all this trouble now?
That's because she was kind-hearted. She didn't want to make things hard for you.
More likely, afraid that I'll expose the truth.
What?
Eve, you figured it out?
Yes.
What did you find out?
Mom, I lied to Eve about what happened 5 years ago.
How come?
Do you want to know why?
You lied to me and you want me to come up with excuses for you.
I've been loving you since high school. But I'm a mere daughter of a dancer. I knew I was not good enough for you. I didn't even dare imagine that I could have you.
That's none of my business. If I had to respond to everyone who likes me, I'd end up overwhelmed.
I can only be by your side as someone who saved you. But why did you marry Rosie? That bitch?
Mind your language.
Eve, you've changed. Now you can't even allow one curse?
If that's all, I'll be leaving.
It's because of you. I lost my ability to bear children when saving you.
What?
What?
Don't touch that! Thankfully, it's not broken. It's Mr. Shaw's treasure?
My lucky charm. How did it end up here?
It's yours?
Yeah. My foster father gave it to me as a gift. It has my family name on it.
So, the name doesn't mean Sherry, but means you, Rosie.
What's going on?
Did you go into a river to rescue someone 8 years ago?
Yeah, I did. Was it Fell at that time?
What a fate connection. No, I must tell him right now.
Could it be? He is that big brother?
Are you sure about that?
Check it yourself.
So what are you going to do about it?
I can contact experts from the United States to give you a consultation.
Consultation? What kind of consultation? Do you think Sherry will lie to you about this?
Is that so? Help me check another report. I'll be waiting for you at the hospital. Send it over once you find it.
Eve? Do you have a conscience? Even Sherry deceived you 5 years ago. She still saved your life.
Get out. Just pretend I never saved you in my life.
The louder you yell, the guiltier you feel, right?
Get out now. I need some rest.
You are not injured?
How could it be?
What difference? It's all because you keep delaying our marriage.
You'll cry to your heart soon.
Since you're not hurt, we'll leave now. Sherry, don't fool us with your acting anymore.
What right do you have to say that? If you hadn't pressured Eve to marry Rosie, things would never have ended this way.
Mom, you don't need to ruin your health over someone like that.
I must have been blind to think she was kind. From now on, marry whoever you want.
Mr. Shaw, here's all the information.
Get my mom to see a doctor first.
Yes.
Why did you hit her?
Say it yourself. Or should I say it for you?
Somebody must have set me up.
The proofs don't lie. Are you still going to deny it? We're in the era of big data. As long as you have done it, there will be traces left.
Anyway, Sherry did save you once. She was just a bit emotional today and said some bad words. Don't take it to heart.
The person who saved me back then wasn't her at all. And it wasn't because of me that she's unable to have kids.
Indeed, you're not the direct cause. But if it weren't for you marrying Rosie, how could I have been so heartbroken that I went to drink my sorrows away? James took advantage of the situation and abused me for 3 months.
You didn't even cherish yourself, and yet you blame others for it.
What's even worse, he didn't stop even after I got pregnant. He had his personal doctor, performed a surgery, and even removed my womb.
So pathetic, but you deserve it, Nico.
I hate it. Why did I have to go through all of these? While Rosie, this bitch from nowhere, was cherished by the parents, and even married you.
You brought it on yourself.
Mr. James could have taken her away. Why did you have to save her?
You're beyond hope.
Sherry. It's all Mom's fault. Really all my fault. If I hadn't lost you, how could you have endured all these hardships?
Exactly. Your carelessness allowed others to take over everything that should have been mine.
It's all my fault. I'm so sorry. Everything the Lion family has is yours. We can go to America and have an artificial womb.
It's too late now. I can never be a mother again. I'm no longer a whole woman.
Are you done? Over these years, under the guise of loving me? You have hurt so many girls
Who asked them to always be around you? Besides, didn't you just go along with it? Aren't you the real culprit here?
Turn yourself in. Or do I have to take you there?
You want to have me in jail?
It was my indulgence that gave you the chance to harm them. I'll compensate them each and send them abroad now to live a good life. But for the sins you've committed, you have to make amends yourself.
I've loved you for years. And this is how it ends, right?
If this is what you mean by love, then it's too frightening for me to handle.
I need to go to the bathroom. My stomach hurts.
Mr. Shaw, Sherry is missing?
No, she's after Rosie. Let's go home.
Yes, sir?
What are you doing? Call the police to save Mom.
What am I doing? Bitch. Are you showing off your mother-child bond?
What are you doing? This is illegal.
Stay still. Mother-child bond, huh? Your husband is sending me to the prison anyway. So why don't we put an end to all these today?
You lunatic.
Stop, Sherry.
Stand up.
Don't harm Rosie, please. What are your demands? Just tell me.
Eve, you always behave all high and mighty. This pleading look on your face doesn't suit you.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want that bitch and her bastard to die.
No. What are your requirements? I can fulfill them all.
You really love her, don't you? All the requirements you can fulfill, right?
As long as you don't hurt her, I can forgive what happened in the past.
Fine. Well, then kneel first and knock your head on the floor 3 times.
No, even if you kneel to her, she still won't spare me. Ah.
You really know me well. Rosie? Are you going to kneel?
Can you let her go now?
What? Got a problem?
Sherry, do you really hate me that much?
Of course I hate you. You took everything away that should have been mine.
You resent me? Then who should I resent? I've been your stand-in since I was little. I must do everything well. If I couldn't, Mom would scold me. She thought I disgraced the family.
Isn't that just the way it is?
Ever since you returned, even the little care I received was gone. You got everything you want?
That's just how things were meant to be. She should make it up.
So should I just hand over my family to you?
Family? I've met Eve before you did. I love him more than you ever could. If it weren't for your status, he wouldn't have married you. Why, now that you're back, why can't you give him to me, the real Miss Lyon?
Sherry, I've never loved you. How can I marry you?
Feelings will grow over time. Will you marry me now?
But I've already got Rosie.
What if for always there was no Rosie?
Rosie. Take her away. Hang on there. I can't lose you again. Brian, I'm begging you, save her. Please, save her.
Don't worry. I'll try my best.
Rosie, and I won't let you die. If you were gone, Nico and I would live in despair. What's her condition now?
She's still not awake. The blood clot is deeper this time because of the injury.
Why hasn't it been removed by surgery?
The blood clot's position is tricky. Even the slightest mistake could harm other parts of the brain, and she might not survive the surgery.
Are we just going to wait?
Let's see if the blood clot dissipates on its own and decide later. By the way, let Nico spend time chatting with her. It might help her recover faster.
Thank you. Thank you for saving her. And thank you for all these years of looking after her and the child.
It's not often I hear you say thanks. I heard about what happened this time. You risked your life to save Rosie. I feel like I'm not nearly as brave.
Please, wake up soon. Every day Nico cries for Mom, and I dream. I have dreams of you waking up every day. Wherever I go, I see your shadow.
Eve, please let Sherry off.
Who permits you to storm in like this? Guards?
Mr. Shaw, I'm begging you. Please, set Sherry free.
Get out.
For the sake of Sherry being Rosie's sister. Give her a pass this time. I promise I'll keep an eye on her. I won't let her show up in your lives again.
Don't bring up Sherry. If it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have left Rosie for 5 long years.
You can't really blame Sherry for that. You had no clue who you slept with either.
Get out.
I'm begging you. A prison cell isn't a place for anyone.
She brought it all on herself.
You can't be heartless. Sherry might have done wrong, but her love for you has always been genuine.
Your shamelessness runs in the family, huh? Do I have to respond? Because she loves me?
You.
Stop prattling. If you don't leave, I'll toss you into the river.
If you disagree, I'll tell the world how. Rosie climbed the social ladder by being ungrateful and persecuting the true heiress. Let's see, who is the one would live in shame?
For Rosie's sake, I allowed you to.
Talk nonsense here.
But now it seems the Lion family doesn't have a reason to exist anymore.
You don't dare. You still need the support of us.
Then keep your eyes wide open and watch carefully, if I dare or not. Mike, I want you to use all the methods to mess up the Lion's business. Before the market closes today, their value should have decreased by 50%.
That's not true. No, you wouldn't dare. Honey.
You silly woman. What did you do? The Saw family is collaborating with the 4 major families to target us. They want us die.
Go
kneel before Mr. Shaw right away. Without his nod, don't return. Your good days are coming to an end.
I'm begging you, please stop. Stop it.
After all, you raised Rosie. I'm giving you a chance to pick. Do you want Sherry or the Lion family? Choose one.
Can I pick both?
I'm giving you 10 seconds to decide. 10, 9, 8.
I choose the Lion family.
Only 3 seconds passed. Are you giving up that quickly? It seems like your love for Sherry isn't that strong, huh? Now get out. You can stop now. Keep a close eye on Sherry. And bring me Rosie's household record from now on. Rosie has nothing to do with the Lion family.
Mr. Shaw, this is an urgent document from the company. Please check it.
How's the process of adding Nico to the family tree?
It's proceeding, but Mrs. Dawson has found out. She was very angry. I think she'll be here soon.
It's my fault. I've been staying at the hospital and forgot to tell her. Mom, Nico is your grandson. Your blood-related grandson.
Eve, explain that to me. Is Nico really my grandson?
Yes. What happened 5 years back was a damn misunderstanding. We were all deceived by Sherry, my Marie.
Oh dear. My poor little grandson. I used to call him that. He must be hating me now.
No way. Rosie educated him well.
Great, great. You stay here and spend some time with Rosie. She is now a hero to the Shaw family.
I will.
Oh, right. You should transfer all your shares to them. We owe them a great deal.
Right. I'll take care of it immediately.
There's no time to waste. I must go home right away and spend time with my grandson.
Mom, don't scare the kid.
Oh dear, don't worry. I'll give him absolutely the best.
Did you hear that? I've given all my assets to you. I'll need you to support me now. Doctor.
Not bad. She should wake up very soon.
Who are you? Who are you?
You don't remember me. I'm Eve, your husband.
Get away!
What's the matter?
Brian!
Rosie, you're awake.
You know him?
Yeah. Isn't he Brian? I'm not that foolish. Where's Nico?
He's off to kindergarten.
Where are we? Who is this guy?
I'm your husband.
Nonsense. Oh, my head hurts.
Stop provoking her. It might be a blood clot pressing the hippocampus, so some of her memories are missing.
But...
Rosie, it's nothing. You fell down accidentally. So we are, in the hospital now. Just relax. Let me check on you. The blood clot has gotten smaller. That's a good thing.
I want to be discharged. My rent for this month hasn't been paid yet.
All right. Be careful. Don't overwork yourself. Come back in a few days for a follow-up.
Sure.
Eve, it's not every day I see you hit a setback.
Let me go. Why did you bring me here?
This is your home.
I live in a shipping container, not here.
Nico is here too.
Where's he?
Mom?
Nico.
Mom, what took you so long to come back?
My head is killing me. I can't remember.
Nico, Mom is injured and needs to rest.
Mom, I'll rest with you.
The first time I saw you, you were wearing this dress standing under the pear tree, and I had a crush on you.
It's indeed beautiful.
You were peeping at me, but was afraid I'd catch you, so you ran in such a hurry that your hairpin fell to the floor.
Why would I peek at you? You're not cool.
Mom, this is what Dad made early this morning. He almost burned down the kitchen.
Little brat, do you want us to reconcile?
Haha. Mom, would you like to try it?
It doesn't look tasty.
Just have a taste.
It's a bit overcooked.
Then don't eat it.
So you remember everything?
Rosie, you played tricks on me.
You've hurt me so many times. I'm just giving you a tiny punishment. What's the matter?
It's all right. As long as you're good, that's what counts.
Are you kissing?
What are you doing?
I wouldn't dare do anything. I'm an invaluable member of the family now.
Glad you get it. Be careful or I'll tell Mom.
Nico is pressing me to get a little sister. I really need to work harder.
What you yelled outside the operating room, I heard every single bit of it. You silly.